Hey guys, welcome back to Couch Bros. I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna go with it. All right, welcome back to Couch Bros. Zach and Zoe here. Today we're gonna be talking about episode 16 of the time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Yes, the episode, the Slife Life is back.
I still want it. I still want to be a slime. Like, I guess that, but I want to be Rimuru though.
It's a great, and I also want to be Rimuru. Because of Rokus. Hey, Rokus. I know his final abilities, and even though it was spoiled, it's great. You guys will never guess what his final...
I just want to thank Rokus for, you gave me a really great weekend, because the entire time, Zoe was like, God, I hate Rokus the entire time. He was like... So he wasn't mad, but he was sad/mad.
But I was thinking about it, and as long as One Piece doesn't get ruined for me, I know. If One Piece gets ruined, it's gonna be over for me.
I'm at the Fisherman Island right now. It's awesome.
But
let's go back.
We're gonna get back to slime. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. And
so as we start with this episode, we see that the king from the dwarf king, you see him come.
Yeah, he comes back, but it looks like he left, and he wasn't supposed to be back for a while, but 2 days later, he's already back with a gift.
No, but first, I kind of want a Pegasus now. It's just
I mean, it make the how long did it take the direwolves to get to?
It took them a couple of 3 days, I think, right?
Yeah, and it took them. It looks like they did round trips, so it takes them 1 day.
I don't think it's 1 day. I think it might be just a couple hours. Because they're avoiding all that mountain terrain.
You know what? I'm going to have to check how long it took them. Because I think in the book it actually specifies on how long it took.
Oh man, don't get spoiled again.
I know.
So we see the Dwarf Kingdom. The Dwarf King, he comes.
And he drops off Vesta. He basically gives Vesta because in one of the previous episodes, he basically told Vesta he no longer wants him in his team.
Yeah, I know. But at first I thought he was also gonna be kind of kicked out, not kicked out.
Well, the thing is, because he's a genius and he has a lot of smartness, and he knows about potions, he knows about dwarf secrets.
I honestly thought we were never gonna see him ever again.
Yeah, it's either he should have been killed or something else.
Yeah,
or in prison, but instead he was given to Rimuru, and Kajin swears for him. He says, "Hey, give him another chance. It's on me."
Yeah, he's gonna take all the blame if anything happens. I don't think anything's gonna happen.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
he
it.
Does seem like a trustworthy guy now, though.
Yeah, it looks like he switched. He became a totally different person,
And then
because again, he was envious of the Kajin. So now it looks like he's no longer envious of him. So it looks like he'll do a good job for us, guys. And I'm wearing a hat because I got a haircut. I'm like, So
I honestly thought it's because he lost his hat.
Yeah, then I lost my hat, and I like wearing hats, so.
And I wasn't aware of the straw hat, but I kind of figured it's gonna be kind of weird since we're not even doing One Piece. He wanted to ruin the vibe of slime, the slime.
But we also get introduced to a new character, Milam, and there is one thing.
No, but before that, we find out that there's people here. Gabru's here.
Oh yes, Gabru.
We find out that Gabru is here, and we're like at first I was like, when did he join? But then he tells us that he wants to join the ranks.
Yeah, and honestly, Gabru comes and his homies come, his followers, and his sister also comes with them, and it was just funny because he assumed that his sister came for him.
Yeah, I guess
but in reality, she came to train. It's just I'm starting to really like all of Gabru.
Yeah, because
just like how Roku said in our last comment, he grows on you.
Yeah, no, it's because when he learns that she actually didn't come because she missed him, this shock,
he gets really shocked.
It was great. He's a hero. He's everybody has to see him.
He sees himself as he said like a hero, and he expects everybody to see him as a hero because that's how his friends treat him. They treat him like the great Gabru, man. Like if I had friends, I wish I had friends like those guys.
I know.
That'd be great.
Those guys are good guys.
They bring your self-confidence up, I think, but then, it jumps to, it looks like the Demon Lord Council table. And this is one thing I don't like, I'm not liking about the anime compared to the book is they're rushing it. They are, I knew they were rushing it, before, but
That's what they always do.
I know, but now it was like a huge rush because well, sorry about that, guys. It looks our laptop is on.
Let's just ignore that.
Let's ignore that. Okay, but in the book, Milam is sitting down in the table with I believe those 3 other demon lords were there. Maybe there was more. I don't remember, but they were actually, and this is not a spoiler because it didn't even bring this up on the episode, and this was part of the book. So in the book, they're sitting down, and they're talking about what happened at the forest. They're talking about the war, and apparently demon lords, anytime they're not allowed to interfere with each other, so they make rules and laws that they have to abide, and they take a vote on it. So that's why they wanted to create another demon lord. So not they didn't want to create a demon lord just to create a demon lord. They wanted that demon lord as a pawn, so he can vote on their way. So there's an alliance. I'm sorry, not alliance, but there's a treaty between the demon lords not to mess with Juro Forest because of the dragon, and now because the dragon's not there, which they didn't show on the anime, but they actually voted. They say, okay, can we now mess with the forest? Can we now see what's going on in the forest? They all voted for it, and I guess they outvoted the other demon lords, which then ripped the previous contract.
Yeah.
So that's why they wanted to create the Orc Lord Disaster.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to create him as a demon lord so they can have an extra boat going on their side, which they didn't show that on the anime.
You know, there's just one thing I do want to talk about about this new demon lord. This outfit, I'm not saying I don't like it, but it's just really revealing. Okay. I know armor is supposed to protect you. That's not armor. But I'm guessing she's so strong where she doesn't need it. But still, I mean... Okay, it's because I see the Dwarf King. He's all bodysuit, armored up. He's ready for
we
anything.
Understand that she's 10 times stronger than Rimuru. And just like in every other anime where the the girl... how is it that a high level, dwarf, like he said, is all covered up and we have a high demon lord who's just in her underwear running around?
I understand if they're a mage or they're a type of caster, a druid or anything. I totally understand. But it's this is just the logic.
Yeah, and you know what? One of my favorite scenes was when they're in the bath, not because of the girls, just because there was little tiny Rimurus. I don't know if you saw that.
The little Rimurus, right?
It's I honestly want to buy little Rimurus now just to have them all over the place.
At first, before you pointed it out during the anime we're watching it, I just thought they were rocks. I didn't pay attention to them until when she started really. I was like, oh my god, they are.
You know, he had I think he was him in the middle, and he had I think 6 Rimurus surrounding him, and he had a little Rimuru on top of his head.
Now I'm guessing those are heat stones. But then again, I'm just why would he need them? It doesn't make any sense. But I'm also thinking maybe if they're not really for him, they're for Shion.
Maybe one of the
not Shion, but the girl.
Anything that these people create now, it's either has to resemble Rimuru or has to have some kind of name that matches with him because
But this episode, I love Rimuru as when he's in his slime form. I don't know why. I love the part where his eye when he gets surprised or something shocks him. His eyes start bulging out, but in the slime form.
Oh yeah,
but for some reason, it reminds me of pineapple.
One thing I didn't get about today's episode is he as he's naming the other lizard man. Yeah. He names he doesn't name Gabriel. He doesn't try to name him, but he names him and it overrides his previous name.
Yeah, no.
It explains it in the book, and he wasn't actually he was gonna ground him. He was gonna make everybody dragon, and he wasn't even going to consider
at first before when Rimuru was naming these lizards, I was like, man, that's gonna suck because these lizards are all gonna be stronger than Gabiru. Yeah. And I was like, dude, I can understand why he's jealous since he's the leader of them.
I know, but did you see as soon as Gabiru got his name, his loyalty was automatic. Rimuru, you're my man. Yeah. That was great.
That was really funny.
Gabiru is now my second favorite character.
I like his evolved form, but one thing I don't understand is, maybe Rimuru has something to do with it, but unless someone can explain this for me, unless you want to, but how come Gabriel had a dragon form, and his sister and like the other like
I was actually.
they had a human.
They had like
I was
gonna
human
ask
kind
that
of
too right
form.
now. How everybody he names is turning into a human, like looking like a human, because the goblins are looking like humans.
Yeah.
Did you see any orcs? I didn't see any orcs.
I
I saw the back of the head, but that was a male orc. I don't know if they're gonna
any.
show the females.
I didn't see any.
How I didn't understand how come Gabaru got a dragon form, and he looks bad. He looks.
I know he looks cool. I'm just thinking to imagine though if he builds muscle, that's gonna be like a really cool looking dragon.
What? His sister looks like a human straight up with wings, and he looks like a dragon with wings.
Yeah, no, that's why I was asking because
and it didn't say anything like that on the book. So I'm gonna re-listen to that part of the book, and maybe it repeats it. But yeah.
Unless you guys know and you guys want to let us know, or
Roku's, you might know.
There's no spoilers, but I think that covers this.
Well,
episode,
actually,
right?
one thing I did want to mention of the whole Milim and Rimuru fight.
Oh yeah.
Were you expecting that whole honey thing?
I honestly wasn't.
What
it's
were you
because
thinking?
at first it's because I was thinking she's kind of like a Tsunade, so I was thinking he's probably gonna do something involving her chest, and it's gonna get her like I guess like.
Oh
she's
yeah,
really bad
because she's flat chested.
Yeah.
And I believe who was the one that did to Sunray? What did they do to her?
What do you mean?
Because you said because they want to do something like Sunray, right?
Well, no, it's because like all of like most Tsunades, most of them are like I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing the word right, but still, but most of the time they're flat chested, and every time you mention it, they get really mad or either really depressed about it.
Oh, where they go into that depression,
Yeah,
where they fall to their knees.
Yeah.
And they open themselves for okay, I got it.
That's what I was thinking. Like, oh, he's probably just gonna do that. I mean, that's the only thing. But no, he brought honey, and then, I mean, it kind of does make sense since they're in a place where sugar probably isn't around. There's probably no sugar canes or anything like that. So.
Yeah, and honestly,
because I've tried honey. It's not. I mean, well, bee honey. Maybe there's different bees that give different honey.
Well, that
it's
and
not that
if
great.
you've never had sugar or sugar is one of those rare things, and honey.
I mean, it does taste good in tea, I guess.
Yeah, but this was a good episode.
I really liked it. I want to see more.
It was a good episode. I honestly, I'd rather have them stretch it than fast.
Yeah, they should stretch it more.
Honestly, stretch the anime,
because
guys.
these fun episodes, these slow episodes, they're fun. They're not boring. They're not like telling us something we don't care about.
And honestly, I wanted to see that information about the contracts, and maybe they'll show it in the next. And if they do, guys, sorry if I spoiled it, but
oh god,
that's my bad. Not to you, Rokas.
Well, I don't think they're gonna say anything because she's living in the village now. In Tempest.
Because in the book they make they rip up the treaty. They explain.
But let's not talk about that because we don't know if they might show it. Maybe they go to a flashback for her.
Oh, okay.
So you know what? We're not gonna say any more of that. Well, you shouldn't say anymore. I don't even know what's going on. But I think that covers it.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I love that picture.
Yeah.
Greatest picture.
That's gonna be the best picture. Second best character.
It's like wow.
No one will overtake Opta.
I know. I wonder if we're gonna get any other like comedic characters, because Gapta.
We need more Gapta.
Gabiru.
We need more Gapta.
I want to see more Gapta.
And guys, we're gonna do the second part of the
story.
Of Gapta on Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah,
but
one of those 2 days.
It'll be up on Thursday or Friday.
It should be up. I want to say Thursday or Friday. Yeah. Well,
okay, guys.
Thanks for watching, guys. Once again, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know how we're doing. Thanks. Oh man.